Hello, my name is Julie Hebert. I'm here to go over your benefits for the year beginning June 1st, 2026. You guys are going to continue with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas for health insurance. You're also going to move back to Lincoln, and that's going to be the dental, vision, life insurance, and long-term disability. So just briefly, we're going to go over the three different plans. The first two plans are PPO plans, meaning you don't have to have a primary care physician. You have a larger network, the Blue Choice Network, and you don't have any restrictions as far as going out of network. You do have out of network coverage. If you want a lower cost option, the HMO is available to you. It does require you to have a primary care physician. You do have to stay in the network. That doctor would refer you when you need to go to a specialist and make sure that you stay in the network. This is a smaller network. The Blue Advantage does not include hospitals like Houston Methodist and MD Anderson. So, as far as the three plans go, the first plan is the standard PPO plan with a $3,000 deductible. It is in the Blue Choice Network. You have a $3,000 individual deductible, $9,000 for the family. After you've met that deductible, you're going to pay at 20%. Blue Cross will pay at 80. You have a primary care physician copay of $35. Specialist is a $70 copay. Preventative care is covered at 100%. If you go while you're at the doctor's office and they say, oh, you know what, we really need to do some blood work, there will not be any charge for that. If they say, well, you know what, we really need to do a PET scan, you would be subject to that deductible and then you'd pay your 20% until you reach that maximum out of pocket. That would be the same coverage if you had an inpatient or outpatient visit at the hospital. An ER visit would be the same, but it would also include a $500 copay. So they're really trying to keep you out of the emergency room unless it truly is an emergency. Otherwise, we would encourage you to try using an urgent care facility. If it's after hours, you can't make a doctor's appointment, can't get in. Urgent care is an option for $75. You also have a prescription plan that's free for preferred generics, $10 for non-preferred generics, $50 for preferred brand drugs, $100 for non-preferred brand drugs, and then you have specialty medications. Your employer very generously pays 70% of the PPO plan and the HSA plan and 100% of the HMO plan. So you guys have great benefits and a very generous offering from Energy Edge and H3W. So the other option would be a PPO plan that is an HSA account associated with it that you would actually pay out of pocket for the first $5,000 of expenses. You could use an HSA account to fund those costs. And then once you've met that $5,000, everything's covered at 100%. The third option is a HMO plan. It does have a $3,000 deductible. I'm sorry, a $3,500 deductible. And after you've met that, everything's covered at 80%, you pay 20%. The office visit copay is $40 to see a primary care type doctor and 80 to see a specialist. This is the plan where you're going to have to stay in the network, make sure that you're going to an in-network doctor, and they're going to make sure that when you go to a specialist that you also go to a specialist that's in network. And the rest of the coverages are very similar to what we covered on the PPO plan as far as deductible and co-insurance, no charge for lab work. You can go and get imaging done after you've met your deductible, pay 20% of that. Outpatient and inpatient visits are the same. The emergency room has the same $500 copay, and then you have a $75 copay to go to the urgent care. And remember, this plan is completely free to you and your dependents. This is talking about making sure that you use the correct network and staying in network anytime you can with either of the plans. You're going to receive a better benefit if you stay in network. So this is basically telling you how to use the provider finder search tool on the website for Blue Cross Blue Shield. This is telling you make sure you use a preferred pharmacy. You're going to get a better pharmacy value if you use Walgreens, HEB, Walmart, any of those pharmacies. This is talking about the MD Live services that are included in your plan. Preventative care, make sure that you take advantage of that. There's a lot of things that you can get for completely free and make sure that your health is staying on track for you and your children. If you do have that PPO plan, we encourage you to couple that with an HSA account, and you can open those at just about any major bank and fund those dollars either upfront if you want to, or as you spend them, whichever way works for you. This year, you can put up to $4,400 as an individual or $8,750 as a family if you're on that HSA plan, that middle plan. The dental plan did go back to Lincoln National. And so, there, if you want to go get your teeth cleaned, you have full coverage at 100%. You can get your teeth cleaned twice a year. You can get basic x-rays done. If you're under the age of 14, you can get sealants and fluoride, and all that's covered. If while you're there, they say, oh, looks like you have a little cavity, then you're going to have a $50 deductible per person, max 150 for the family. And then you can get that cavity filled. They're going to cover 80%. You're going to cover 20. If instead it's something like a crown or a denture, then it's going to be a 50-50 coverage. And you do have orthodontia care for children up to age 19. And the annual dental benefit is $1,500. The vision plan is also going to be through Lincoln National. They use the Lincoln Vision Connect. And here's some information on the vision plan. Go get your eyes checked for $10. They give you $130 towards frames. You can get your eyes checked every 12 months. You can get new frames every 12 months. This is a $25 copay for your lenses. And then you can get contacts instead for $125, but it's one or the other, not both. When you log into Ease, there's more information on all the plans. If you look in the Documents tab, you can see, or right under the description of the plan, there'll be a link there that will take you to some more information about all these benefits. You do receive a $50,000 life insurance policy with that your employer pays for 100%. So we want to make sure your beneficiaries are up to date there. Long-term disability, this is another very nice employer-paid benefit. So you could receive up to 60% of your salary, up to $10,000 a month if you are disabled after 90 days of being disabled. These payments could continue until you're of Social Security retirement age. So that's a great benefit, no cost to you. Right now is your open enrollment period. We're going to try to have this wrapped up by May the 15th or so. So we can get those changes over to the carriers. And then beyond that, if you have a change, it would need to be because maybe you got married, you had a baby, and you need to add that child. Maybe you got a divorce. Maybe right now your spouse is on their insurance and they maybe lose their job. You need to add them. You have 30 days to make changes after those events occur. Just need to let Matt Hobson or I know so that we can get you updated with the carrier and make sure everything's done in a timely manner. These are just things talking about if you leave and how your coverage would continue and when you turn 65. This Ease Online enrollment, you'll receive an email to go on and log on and get your benefits up to date. Make sure your address is current. Make sure your beneficiaries are current, and you'll be able to see all your coverage options there. And as I mentioned, within that tool, there's links to more information on all the benefits there. Here's a flyer on how to get Blue Access for members. If you don't have that, there's a lot of information out there on the Blue Cross website. And then here's just some quick flyers on how to get the Dental Connect. And so you can look for dentists, look for claims. You can get a copy of your ID card and the vision tools. Of course, all this is in the process of being set up. So give us a little bit of time before you reach out to Lincoln and try to get reconnected. Right now, it's going to show that your coverage is terminated, but we'll get that active and ready to go before June the 1st. So that's your benefits. And if you ever have questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm always here to help. Thanks so much.